Okay, so let me talk to you about kindergartners and kindergarten curriculum. Now, I bought them all, tons of them. I don't know about all of them, but a lot of them. Some official, some accredited, some not accredited. I mean, just any and every type, because I just wanted to find the most suitable curriculum for my kindergartner. This is my third kindergartner. Now, what I have learned about kindergartners, and this might just be because I have all boys, this might just be my children, but what I've learned is you don't necessarily need a kindergarten curriculum. There's a couple things that I feel kindergartners need to learn, but now when I was going through science curriculums, history curriculums, all that stuff, I just wanted the strongest possible start for my child, right? I think that's what, a lot of people want. And there's some great programs out there. There are. One of my favorites is the classical and gentle and classical, but the nature program. But it's just, so I had issues with a lot of them only because it's too intensive for kindergartners. So what I would say, I'm going to put my favorite science curriculum up there. It was created by a homeschool mom. It's not the gentle and the classical, although I like that one. The reason I just didn't go with that one was merely because it has a lot to do with nature. Obviously, it's called nature. And so it's very intensive. There's a lot of elements to it, but you can go as full bore as you want or back off a lot. And I think it's good over a few years. You don't just have to ply it all onto your child. But mainly it's that I'm not too into nature. I know that sounds crazy. We go outside every day and we play every day. We have a whole YouTube channel about how we go to different playgrounds all over the world. I'm just not into going into the forest and foraging and things like that. So for me, that just wasn't an ideal curriculum, because I think when you're choosing a curriculum, you not only have to choose for the child, but you have to choose for you as well. You know what I mean? And you have to choose what's best for the family, what's best for you, and what's best for the child. Not necessarily in that order, but you're definitely part of it. For me, I'm a big part of it, because if I'm not happy, this isn't going to go smoothly. It's not going to be enjoyable. It's not going to be relaxed. And that's what I wanted. So for the best possible start, I decided on the science curriculum that you're seeing on the screen. And again, I did a whole video I'll show you at the end where I went through every science curriculum and went in depth, but these are my favorites. This one is my favorite because I feel like it gets to rate. It deals with the basics, the most important part. There's not busy work. It's just full of useful, helpful information, and it's easy for the mom and the child to understand. I'm not going to start it in kindergarten, though. I'm going to wait till grade 1 to start it. So my suggestion would be, if your child's not ready for it, don't despair, just start it later. The exception would be for math. Now for math, there's Spiral and Mastery. There's a couple different ways you could do it, and I wanted a curriculum that really taught money sense, and it dealt with the fastest way of counting and the easiest way of counting and teaching kids and things like that. And I really feel that Math with Confidence does that. I liked it so much that I took my grade 1 who was doing Math Mammoth, which I also really like because that's no prep, but it doesn't start till grade 1, it's no prep. So I really like that. But that is Mastery, and instead I took him out of that and put him in Math with Confidence, and we're starting from the beginning again. So I have 2 kids doing Math with Confidence right now. And it's 10 minutes of pure bonding with your kid. It's pretty cool. It's awesome. It doesn't take long to do. And it's great, and they're learning. So I think for kindergarten, this is just my opinion, even the history curriculum, I have a really great history curriculum that I adore because we love history in this house. I love history. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But what we have but I'm not starting that till later either. But what I think they need to learn, besides a bit of number sense or number stuff, math stuff, is I wouldn't say starting to learn to read. Now my kids, I waited till later, so not starting to learn to read because he's just not there yet, but starting with learning the letters, how your letter has a first name and a last name, and the last name is the sound. And the first name is the letter name, A is and things like that. So that's important for me to get that down and those numbers, because delaying it isn't a big deal because we're not here to keep up with the general population. We're just here to do the best job we can on that particular topic and learn as best we can. So what we're doing is that So when you start it later, they're going to pick it up quicker. It's not like, oh my gosh, they're delayed. No, they're going to pick it up quicker. So that's what I've noticed for my boys. So that's what we're doing. So as far as books go, we're doing All About Reading for grade 1. But for the beginning, I got the pre-readers from All About Reading, and it's okay. You don't need it, in my opinion. In my opinion, you don't need it. They're cute little readers that rhyme and have stories, but you don't need it. You just, as long as you learn the first numbers and the last numbers and whatever you want to do for that, you know, the capital letters, the lowercase letters, and things like that. As long as they get to understand that, I think that, to me, that's enough. So again, there you go. That's my favorite as far as curriculum goes. I wonder if there's any curriculum I'm missing to bring as far as kindergartners are concerned. I didn't want anything too intensive because they're kids. They're supposed to be out and running around. They're still at that age. So there you go. So that's what I chose. I hope that helps.